Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at Resqmead. This is mead made with raspberries and strawberries. That's really hard to say. And it comes in at 6.8% ABV. Check it out. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome to End of the Day Beer Review. And today we're stepping totally away from the stouts and all of the other stuff we've been looking at lately. We're gonna look at something totally different. This is called Resqmead. This is mead made with raspberries and strawberries, coming in at 6.8% ABV, and it is made by W A Meadwerks. Let me just make sure of that. Yes, it's W A Meadwerks Incorporated in Lindenhurst, New York. Now, mead is not beer. Mead is alcohol that has been made and with water and honey and fermented using honey as the, I guess, the sugar for the fermentation process. Up until this past summer, I had never tried mead before, and my friend and I, Kevin, who's been on the channel before, we went out to Lindenhurst where W A Meadwerks is, and we tried a bunch of them. Now, I don't recall if we tried this one, but it's really interesting about mead. We hadn't tried it before. We sat down, really enjoyed just about everything we tried. And mead is sort of an interesting drink because the ABV varies all the way from like 2 or 3% ABV all the way up to 20%. I think we had a mead that tasted like, what was it? I can't remember what it was. It was it'll come to me later. We had 1 or 2 meads there that were 14 and 15%, and I could not taste the alcohol. It was a really, really interesting experience. Now, I don't believe that I got a chance to try Resqmead. And by the way, if you're looking for something new, something to step away from the seltzers, the ciders, the beers, I have to tell you, mead is a really interesting way to go. So, this was first made for a local fire department awards dinner. This was our first draft/session style mead recipe. The raspberry and strawberry delivered lots of flavor. The mead is an easy drinker and has quickly become one of our most populars. And it is best served chilled, which this is. And at 6.8%, that's not really a super lightweight ABV. Now, is it the 14% or the 15% that's normally being run on this channel? No, it's not. But you know, for a non-beer beverage, 6.8 is pretty respectable. So I don't even know what the proper glassware is for this. So I'm gonna crack this open, and I'm gonna use this glass because this glass has served me well with, you know, stouts and all sorts of other beers that I just don't know how to actually, you know, pour into what glassware. So let's give it a pour. And right off the bat, you notice that this is a very, very red color. In fact, yeah, it's almost like a dark red wine color. Not a lot of carbonation on that. In fact, I don't know what the carbonation content is with mead, and I don't recall that night that we were there because we had tried a few breweries that night as well, because the town of Lindenhurst on Long Island actually has, I want to say 2 or 3 different breweries right in walking distance, which is really nice. Let's check the nose. Ooh, this is nice. I want to say that it almost has like, almost a Kool-Aid type of nose to it. There's a really, really nice sweetness to it. You can definitely smell the strawberries. You can get a hint of the raspberry there. There's something else there that I can't quite place, but it's got a lovely nose to it. It really does. A very enjoyable nose. Now, as far as legs go, I don't really see it clinging to the glass so much, and I see almost no carbonation at this point, which is what I'm going to assume is normal for mead. I don't recall that night that we did the tasting there that there was a great deal of carbonation in the drink. But you know, most important thing obviously is, how does it taste? Oh man, this is nice, and it's nice and it's subtle. You know, I've tried some, and I know it's a whole different alcohol product. I've tried some, you know, seltzers on the channel, and they've almost always turned me off because there's this cloying sweetness to them that's so clearly artificial. This is the opposite of all of that. The flavors are there. You're getting raspberry, you're getting strawberry. I guess what you're getting is honey as far as the sweetener goes, but you can tell that this is a natural product. This is not sweetened with artificial sweetener. This has a really, really beautiful, beautiful palate. As far as the carbonation goes, you can feel some bubbling as it goes down, which sort of makes the flavors burst on the back of your tongue and in your sinuses, which, you know, you can really taste it as it goes down. This is beautiful. It's dry, it's crisp. I don't know if it's carbonation in there or not, but there's just this beautiful medley of flavors. The strawberries and the raspberries play together so nicely. The honey, which is what I'm assuming is the sugar that was used for fermentation on this, because it is mead, adds just a nice, very subtle sweetness to it. This is incredibly drinkable. I want to make that clear. And what I mean by that is I could easily, like one, I want to get every drop out of the can. But two, you could easily drink this whole thing, go back for a second one, and you do not taste the alcohol on this. Now I know 6.8% ABV is not like the 14% we've been looking at with Goose Island, but it's also no slouch either. You're talking about, you know, good IPA level ABV. And you don't get any alcohol flavor at all. This drinks so nicely. And I almost feel like a kid drinking. I keep using Kool-Aid mostly because of the color of this, but I almost want to gulp this because it is so good and the flavor is so nice and crisp. And again, the flavor stays in your mouth and it's this nice sort of mellow strawberry and raspberry flavor with just a little bit of sweetness to it. There's none of the bloating that you get with like a highly carbonated, like, you know, alcohol seltzer or anything like that. This is damn near perfect. And I have to tell you, I have been impressed by a lot of what they've done, and I'm going to do more reviews because I didn't actually get this at Meadwerks, which, like I said, is in Lindenhurst, which is like 40 minutes from my house. I bought this at a local distributor that had it. I was very happy to see it there because I remembered how much I liked the place. And this Resqmead is excellent. You could sit down, you could have this, excuse me, you could have this with anything and it would complement that meal. It really would. This would be great with a burger. This would be great during the summer. This would be great sitting in front of a fire. I want to make this clear too. I am not sponsored in any way by any of the beers, you know, breweries that I review. I go out, I buy the stuff because I want to taste it. I want to see what it's like. And, you know, Meadwerks did not give me this. I went out, I saw it, I bought it, and I cannot say enough about it. That is positive, which is really something else because this is about as far removed from my normal type of beverage that you could possibly get. It's fruity, it's crisp, it's flavorful, it's got that beautiful fruit medley in there. I really can't say enough about this. It is a beautiful, beautiful beverage. And I keep going to say beer, and I apologize for that. So, cost-wise, I think I spent about $17, give or take, for a 4-pack. So from like cost analysis on this, is it worth the price? Yeah. In fact, this is something I plan now that the local distributor has this. I plan to grab this every time I'm there. This is a good drink to give to anyone who happens to come over, who's looking for a flavorful, interesting drink. And I could definitely see this being something that you could share with friends and you could talk about because, you know, you think mead, you think olden times. You think like, at least I think, like Robin Hood and knights and all that kind of stuff like that. So it's an interesting talking point. And it's really interesting to see what Meadwerks has done. And we'll look at a bunch of their products as we go through. So again, W A Meadwerks Resqmead, this is an excellent beverage, and I highly recommend that you check it out. If you happen to be in Lindenhurst, like I said, Kevin and I went to Meadwerks. We sat down, we talked to the brewer who was there. He was a nice guy. He explained a lot of stuff to us. You know, the people who helped us out there when we were having the samples, they were really pleasant people. It's a really nice, very small place to go and check out. Really nice, intimate setting. You can sit, you can drink, you can talk. It's just a really, really cool place. So again, it is W A Meadwerks in Lindenhurst. This is Resqmead. So if you're there and they have this, I would definitely start with this. This is a great one. And it has, it's mead made with raspberries and strawberries, and it is definitely worth checking out. Anyway, folks, thanks so much for joining me on this rather unique review, and I will see you next time. I'm going to sit back, and I'd like to say I'm going to sip this and enjoy it, but I'm probably going to drink this much faster than I drink some of the higher ABV beers, and I am going to thoroughly enjoy it, and luckily I've got 3 more cans of it. So have a nice night. If you like the review, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Comments, you got a brand of mead I should try. If you've tried Meadwerks, I'd love to hear your comments. And I will see you next time. And to the beer review. Cheers.